अथ अष्टमोऽध्यायः। अर्जुन उवाच किं तद्ब्रह्म किमध्यात्मम् किं कर्म पुरुषोत्तमा अधिभूचन्त किं प्रोक्तम् अधिदैवं किमुच्यते?
Arjuna inquired, O my Lord, O Supreme Person, what is Brahman? What is the Self? What are fruitive activities? What is the material manifestation? And what are the demigods? Please explain these to me.
अधियज्ञकतं कोत्र देहेऽस्मिन् मधुसूदना प्रयाणकाले च कथं ज्ञेयोऽसि नियतात्मभिः?
Who is the Lord of sacrifice, and how does he live in the body, O Madhusudana? And how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death?
श्रीभगवान् उवाच अक्षरं ब्रह्म परमं स्वभावोऽध्यात्ममुच्यते भूतभावोद्भवकरः विसर्गः कर्म संज्ञितः.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, said, the indestructible, transcendental living entity is called Brahman, and his eternal nature is called Adhyatma, the Self. Action pertaining to the development of the material bodies of living entities is called karma, or fruitive activities.
अधिभूतं क्षरो भावः पुरुषश्चाधिदैवतम् अधियज्ञोऽहमेवात्र देहे देहे भृतान्वरा.
O best of the embodied beings, the physical nature which is constantly changing is called Adhibhuta, the material manifestation. The universal form of the Lord, which includes all the demigods, like those of the sun and moon, is called Adidaiva. And I, the Supreme Lord, represented by the super soul in the heart of every embodied being, am called Adiyagna.
अंतकाले च मामेवा स्मरन् मुक्त्वा कलेवरम् यप्रयाति समाद्भावम् याति नास्त्यत्र संशयः.
And whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt.
यं यं वापि स्मरन् भावं त्यजत्यन्ते कलेवरम् तन्तमेवेति कौन्तेय सदा तद्भावभावितः.
Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail.
तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु मामनुस्मर युध्य च मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर्मामे वैशस्य संशया.
Therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, and at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without a doubt.
अभ्यासयोगयुक्तेन चेतसा नान्यगामिना परमं पुरुषं दिव्यं याति पार्थानुचिन्तयन्.
He who meditates on me as the Supreme Personality of God, his mind constantly engaged in remembering me, undeviated from the path, O Partha, he is sure to reach me.
Kavim Puranam Anushashitaram Anoraniyam Samanusmaridhyah Sarvasya Dhataram Achintya Rupam Adhitya Varnam Tamassa Parastat.
One should meditate upon the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything, as he who is the oldest, who is the controller, who is smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material consumption, who is inconceivable, and who is always a person. He is luminous like the sun, and he is transcendental beyond this material nature.
Prayana kale manasachalena Tyayukto yoga balena chaiva Bruhur madhye pranamaveshya samyak Shatam param purushamupaiti daivam.
One who, at the time of death, fixes his life air between the eyebrows and by the strength of yoga, with an undeviating mind, engages himself in remembering the Supreme Lord in full devotion, will certainly attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yadaksharam veda vidu vadanti Vishanti yad yatayo vitaragaha Yadhichanto brahmacharyam charanti Tatte padam sangrahena pravakshe.
Persons who are learned in the Vedas, who utter Omkara, and who are great sages in the renounced order, enter into Brahman. Desiring such perfection, one practices celibacy. I shall now briefly explain to you this process by which one may attain salvation.
Sarvadvarani yam yamya Manorhudi nirudhya cha Murdhyadhyayatmana pranam Astito yoga dharanam.
The yogic situation is that of detachment from all sensual engagements, closing all the doors of the senses and fixing the mind on the heart and the life air at the top of the head. One establishes himself in yoga.
Omityekaksharam brahma Vyaharan mamanusmaran Yat prayati tajan deham Sayati paramangatim.
After being situated in this yoga practice and vibrating the sacred syllable Om, the supreme combination of letters, if one thinks of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and quits his body, he will certainly reach the spiritual planets.
Ananya chetastatatam yo mam smarati nityashah Tasyaham sulabha partha nityayuktasya yoginah.
For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Partha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service.
Mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam Napnuvanti mahatmanaha samsiddhim paramangataha.
After attaining me, The great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection.
Abrahma bhuvanalokaha punaravartinorjuna mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate.
From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery, wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again.
Sahasra yuga paryantam aharyat brahmano vidhiyu ratrim yuga sahasrantam teho ratra vido janaha.
By human calculation, 1,000 ages form the duration of Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night.
Avyaktad vyaktaya sarvaha prabhavantyah ragame ratriagame praliyante tatraiva vyakta sanyate.
At the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifest state, and therefore, when the night falls, they are merged into the unmanifest again.
Bhutagramassa evayam bhutva bhutva praliyate ratriagame vashapartha prabhavatyah ragame.
Again and again, when Brahma's day arrives, all living entities come into being, and with the arrival of Brahma's night, they are helplessly annihilated.
Paratasmatu bhavonyo vyakto vyakta sanatanaha yassa sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu na vinashyati.
Yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in the world is annihilated, that part remains as it is.
Avyaktokshara ityuktas tamahu paramangatim yam prapya na nivartante tadhama paramam mama.
That which the Vedantis describe as unmanifest and infallible, that which is known as the supreme destination, that place from which one never returns, that is my supreme abode.
Purushasya parapartha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya yasyam tastani bhutani ena sarvamidam tatam.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all-pervading, and everything is situated within him.
Yatra kale tvanavrittim avrittim chaiva yoginaha prayata yanti tam kalam vakshyami bharatarshabha.
O best of Bharatas, I shall now explain to you the different times at which, passing away from this world, the yogi does or does not come back.
अग्निर्ज्योतिरः शुक्लः षण्मासा उत्तरायणम् तत्र प्रयाता गच्छन्ति ब्रह्मविदो जनाः.
Those who know the Supreme Brahman attain that Supreme by passing away from the world during the influence of the fiery God, in the light at an auspicious moment of the day, during the fortnight of the waxing moon, or during 6 months when the sun travels in the north.
धूमो रात्रिस्तथा कृष्णः षण्मासा दक्षिणायनम् तत्र चान्द्रमसञ्ज्योतिर्योगी प्राप्य निवर्तन्ते.
The mystic who passes away from this world during the smoke, the night, the fortnight of a waning moon, or the 6 months when the sun passes to the south, reaches the moon planet but again comes back.
शुक्ल कृष्ण घतियेते जगतः शाश्वते मते एकया यात्यानावृत्तिम् अन्यया वर्तते पुनः.
According to the Vedic opinion, there are 2 ways of passing from this world, one in daylight and one in darkness. When one passes in daylight, he does not come back, but when one passes in darkness, he returns.
नैते श्रुति पार्थ जानन् योगी मुह्यति कश्चन तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु योगयुक्तो भवार्जुन.
Although the devotees know these 2 paths, O Arjuna, they are never bewildered. Therefore, be always fixed in your devotion.
एतेषु यज्ञेषु पथस्सु चैव दानेषु यत् पुण्यफलं प्रदिष्टम् अत्येति तं सर्वम् इदं विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानम् उपैति चाद्यम्.
A person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing the austere sacrifices, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical or fruitive activities. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all these, and at the end he reaches the supreme eternal abode.
ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे अक्षरब्रह्मयोगो नाम 8मोऽध्यायः.